And we've been in most of our games. Like, even some of the games we've lost have been very close. We've only seen the one Lantern, so that's been good. So all we got to do is keep trying to bait it out. I mean, Lantern teams are going to be very hard for us, but if we can bait out a Lantern with aggressive safe swaps, then we're just going to have to do it. Ooh, that's our first lead Razor Leafer, so that's a bit of a problem. We absolutely need to win switch advantage here. No option other than win switch advantage for us. Literally no option. So, although they haven't switched out yet, so my opponent also could just, frankly, be on the 2-shield this thing plan. Just ABA Razor Leaf. That would be terrible for me. Let's see if I can get both their shields, though. I did get both their shields. Okay. I just mean it was a non-game, Jorikai. Not that we hard countered that. They literally, it was a non-game. They let a Pokemon into me, thought about it for 2 seconds, and then just left the game. Right? Okay, so we're in an interesting spot. I don't know that my Quagsire... Okay, there is actually... Hold up. There is something we can do here. Let's get them to throw a move at me. If I can come out with a move... Ow. Particularly a Stone Edge, we can just delete the Ludicolo, right? So, I know this seems a little odd. But I have a plan here. Bit of an ugly plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. Show me your last Pokemon. I win. You want to know it, Pancho? So let's work through it. Let's work through it. So, let's say they switch there and I just let my I beat their SCAV, right? Well, let's say their third Pokemon is halfway reasonable against me, right? Well, now I'm in a position where I have a Quag that's going to have to go into Ludicolo at some point, and I'm not going to get very much time to make anything happen there. So I don't really believe that Mantine is going to sweep the remainder of their team. Frankly, I think it's going to struggle. So I would rather preserve it, set up like that, where I can just basically do that. And if their Backmon is like, I don't know, a Registeel, suddenly... No, they're not locked, Pancho. Given the amount of time it would have taken, I don't think they're locked. But I still worry then that, like, even if it's just neutral, my Quag has 0 energy going into a Ludicolo. I guess they were probably in Mud Bomb range there. Now, that was something... I thought they had a little more health. Like, I thought they were a little more yellow than red. So it's possible that we would just need to get to a Mud Bomb. But I don't even know if we would have got to that. So my end goal there was to make it... Put it in a scenario where basically... right? Yeah. I don't think we were winning that game if their Backmon was a steal if I played it differently than that. So I took a line that I was pretty confident would result in a win. And it did. So... You probably are... There probably is an argument that maybe I got too cute there. That maybe the play would have just simply been get rid of the SCAV and then try and beat the whatever's in the back with the Mantine up a shield. But I'm not worried about... I just don't think Mantine's reach is that impressive. Okay. Ah, our first Ferrothorn of the day. Be a little aggressive with the Hurricane here. It doesn't kill him. So I'm worried that they'll just no shield. Okay. Pharaoh's really good. This is actually surprising to me. It's the first one we've seen. Are they on Thunder, though? They should be. They are. Okay. There's a Power Whip. I mean, I obviously really want switch advantage here. This is probably a greedy bait. Yeah, see, they're not going for it. But I think it might still work out okay for us. Disaster here would be this not quite killing them. It does, though. Okay, feeling good about that. Ah, their own Pelipper. Yo, hey, it's a big old raid from Polaris. Hi, friends. Come on in. It's nice to have you all. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Mystic Sparkle, Blue Duck, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is not my favorite way for this to be going, but hey, all right. It's all right. I'm worried they managed their energy really well and we're going to get fucking hurricaned out here. Yeah, good energy management for our opponent. Although, fun fact, that didn't kill me, so... Hi. Why we want to switch advantage, right? Polaris, thank you for the raid, friend. How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Ken. We play Pokemon, and we're currently playing the team that we've simply dubbed Wet Bird Hole. And it's been working out okay for us. We're running Pelipper, Mantine, Quagsire. It's wet birds. Wet birds. Oh no, sorry to hear it, friend. Sorry to hear it. God, I can't wait for the inevitable aerial ace buff. Let's go. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Come on, aerial ace buff. Mantine's gonna be a monster. Can't wait. And they all laughed at me for running wing attack, aerial ace, ice beam. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. I appreciate you, Polaris. Sorry to hear that your legend push failed, but you know what? There's always next time, friends. It's a long season. But I appreciate you sharing your audience with us. And we're fossiling. We're fossiling. All right. Are we going to find a lantern in the back? Are we going to find a lantern in the back? It doesn't need to be a Surf clone, Jorakai, but Mandibuzz will be much, oh, a Mantine. It'll be much stronger with a buffed aerial ace if that were to happen. Again, this is just a conversation we've had many times, right? Buff aerial ace has been a conversation that's occurred multiple times. Do I care that much about switch advantage? I mean, I kind of do. Primarily because, like, I mean, the Swampert can come back, but it can't farm me effectively, so. Oh, and also, we're going to win that CMP because I stacked 2, so. Even better now if they 2-shield, which they're kind of pot committed for, right? I could just farm them from here, right? Yeah. Oh, no. No, they are on Bubble Beam. Okay. Oh, that is the worst possible outcome that's ever occurred to anybody in any game ever. I should have considered. that they would just bubble beam me. Darkest timeline. Hi. So we win. They had one wet bird, but they had not considered the possibility that there might be more than one wet bird. We've gotten an inordinate number of non-games with this team so far. I was not expecting my opponents to have no answer for a second flyer. I mean, it should happen, Jorika. I just don't know what's going on. Lucario. Yeah, that's fine with me. Technically, we should probably pivot out of this, but I think they will, right? Nah, I mean, this is a pup. So we'll take the pup, get a shield switch. Right? Polaris, I think if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure I saw that team last time. I think I've actually seen that team before. Yeah. Hi. Ooh, is this already Shadow Ball? It can't be, right? No, there's no way. I'm like, it's the same. They went the same number as a weather ball. Yeah, it's short. Okay, so they're protecting it. Well, now we're definitely shielding. Yeah, I know it's another pup, but like, I don't care. Yeah, bring your own Pelipper in. That's fine with me. I'm not really sure what my opponent's game plan is / was here, but this is fine. How's it going, AJ? We're having a blast with Wet Bird Hole. Wet Bird Hole is a cleaning house. Oh, a Swampert in the back. Sure. An entire team that is weak or neutral to flying. Love it. Love it. I mean, they can eat the Sludge Wave me. Do it. Do it. Show me you have Sludge Wave. I'm not even that worried about it. Hydro Cannon. Yeah, that's really not gonna tip the scales in your favor. Beam. Oh no, they threw another Hydro Cannon. Whatever will we do? Maybe we can tank it, but I'll respect my opponent and give them a shield, right? Hey, that's awesome, AJ. Glad to hear it. Boop. Sweet dreams. Why would a trainer use flying types in a I don't know. Maybe because they're good. Maybe because they're good. I don't think you understand, amigo. I've already trademarked Wet Bird Hole. It's already on my YouTube. From the last time we played Fossil Cup. Wet Bird Hole. Okay. It's fine. Oh no, you weatherballed me? Whatever will I do? We're switching after this, so. Ah, the old Registeel Reno. So not a great matchup. Obviously, like, we don't love this. The upside is we are up a shield. And if I want to spend a shield into this matchup, it's actually not bad for us. The downside here is, one, if they get a debuff, that's pretty bad for us. But generally speaking, I'm pretty sure the math is the same. We get 4 weather balls before they get 2 zap cannons, and it is lethal. So we can just sort of play this way, right? Oh, do they get another zap cannon here? I'm not going to shield this one, unfortunately. Well, I'm not going to shield it, but I do feel a little bit like I should shield it, but I think we're actually okay. Fine. We're not staying in that matchup. I think it might have been in our best interest to shield that and then farm them, but... Oh, and they actually YOLO'd the Hurricane. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. This is a weather ball. I don't think it's gonna matter. I'll be perfectly honest, I was not paying attention to the game at that point. I was too busy thinking for myself about something else, so. The game's not over, but it's probably over. I mean, that's a great final Pokemon for us, but unfortunately, opponent. Well, no, they have a Surf, right? There's no way they don't have a Surf. So they'll CMP lose, but I'm not on Earthquake, so I can't win the game from there. Yeah, like that still works for our opponent, but they almost threw that, right? Because there was no way for me to win that game if they just threw their Surf on schedule, right? Literally no way. Actually, you know what's more interesting about that? My opponent didn't fall for the trap, right? They didn't bring the Lantern into the they didn't bring the Lantern into the bird when I swapped it. They brought the Reggie, which is wild because I was up a shield. But I misjudged just slightly. Also, remember they got the debuff. And if they hadn't got that debuff, I think that weather ball would have KO'd him. Right? Exactly, Shorzy. That's just too clever a play for my opponent. They did not need to do that. They did not need to make that play. They could have just thrown a Surf on schedule and won the game easily. But I don't know. I think the format's fun, Roscoe. I'm having a good time. Mostly because wet bird hole. I like my wet bird hole. What can I say? But it probably will get stale. Upside, Poliwrath is legal here, and Poliwrath gets Community Day next weekend, and the format will still be going. So you'll at least get the fun of that coming in and messing with the meta, because counter Poliwrath going to be real good in this meta. It's going to be real good. I just like saying wet bird hole. Look, Cuddy, you don't need to attack me like that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I like the idea of constantly saying wet bird hole. So, but it's working for us. We've gone 4-1 in every set. Cloaca dominance. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. What have we done? What have we done? Oh, it's good shit. Good shit. But yeah, I mean, teams working great. There's been a few games, like, I would say that for the most part, like, we've been in almost all of our games. There's been a couple that have been a little dicey. And there's a couple we've missed on pretty narrow stuff. I think in that game, shielding that hurricane would have been a big deal, but like I said, I had lost focus and wasn't even thinking about. I was still in my head trying to figure out if we should have protected and killed that Registeel. But I think my opponent was pretty smart there, and I think they would have, if I had used my second shield, I think they would have just switched. Knowing that I really didn't have probably a great Pelipper answer, and we would have then been behind a shield, debuffed into a matchup that would have been kind of a challenge. So, but I was in my head on that, and if we had shielded the hurricane, it's very possible we could have found a way to maybe win that game. But it is what it is. I'm not terribly worried about it. But yeah, team's good, surprisingly good. People seem not prepared. We're not seeing a ton. I haven't seen a ton of Registeel, and I haven't seen a ton of Lantern. Lantern's the thing I'm actually afraid of. But Registeel, we've seen maybe 3. So, not too bad. I mean, we like it here. I'd prefer to use my Mantine. Yeah. Not a great matchup. Right? Stone Edge is going to hurt. I'm going to go ahead and give him the shield early. Earlier than I normally would. Hey, what's up, Azurite? We're doing all right. So far, the team's been absolutely cooking. The downside here is, while we do have extra bulk, we don't hit very hard. So, you know, we're in this awkward spot where, like, we wet burden. Oh. All right, I have to. Oh, no. This bad. This bad. Yeah, they got the Stone Edge. All right, so that matchup is way worse than I thought it was going to be. So that's pretty bad. Unexpectedly bad for us. So, unfortunately, that may, unless our Quagsire, nope. Nope. Ice Beam would have been better there. Yeah, I should have thrown the Ice Beam. Absolutely should have thrown the Ice Beam. But we're not winning this game, I don't think. We need to double Stone Edge that thing at the end, right? And I don't think that's a real scenario that's going to occur here. We need to land 2 Stone Edges on it. Oh, and also I didn't even get my moves in there. Yeah, switch. I mean, it wouldn't have been nice, amigo. It would have been essential. The downside is with the Razor Leafer back there, I actually need slightly more than just switch advantage too, right? Like, we can't just rely on switch, because if they have a shield advantage, that Ludicolo can get through a Pelipper, right? Can absolutely get through a Pelipper, but this game's over. I mean, it was a Mud Boy. So I would have probably... Yeah, I don't know. I think given the Registeel in the lead, that was still the right play. I probably should have Ice Beamed. But I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, we needed to pay for switch advantage there. And I just didn't. I never forced their Quagsire to do anything. Like, it literally was just like, whatever, I don't care. And that's a little bit of the downside of Mantine. I was hoping that was a Swampert. I was really hoping that was going to be a Swampert and not a Quagsire. Quagsire does give us some grief. That's interesting. Which version are we looking at? Waterfall. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it seems fine. Fatal. Seems fine. The question here is, once again, is our play pattern to, like, we can win this fight. Don't debuff me again. Okay, no debuff. That's nice. A little bit of a downside here. I think we're going to come up like one short of killing him again. So I think maybe I'm wrong about the number of these moves we get here. I'm actually going to do something slightly unorthodox, which is I'm going to go ahead and shield this and farm him. The Gyarados does have a move, and I do think a crunch probably kind of ruins my day. Yeah, see, if this crunch kills me, that's bad. It does not kill me, so that's good. We get to throw a hurricane into it, but okay, well, it goes down. All right. So Shadow Ball doesn't kill us. We do need 2 aerial aces, and we need them not to catch one of them. Also, they could CMP us on this one here, which would be bad. Nope. And in that case, we're just gonna let them die. Oh, right, they did swap. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Well, it was a while ago. It was a while ago, because they swapped from the Reggie to the Gary, and there were 2 charge moves thrown there, and then charge up time, and then another charge move. They call it Bubble Beam. Yeah, I'm not running Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam is just not a good move. It has its utility, don't get me wrong. There are times I wish I had it, but yeah. Jelly's a great safe swap, by the way. It's one of the ones that I really dislike seeing. I very much dislike that matchup with any of my Pokemon, but there's also this, but this is also one of those instances where I'm fine just getting out of here. Boo. Well, let's hope my opponent needs the Jellicent to beat the Pelipper. Okay. This is awful for me. Shadow Ball is pretty bad from here, yeah. But that's okay. Okay, my opponent just is like, hey, but what if I just don't shield anything? Ever. Forever. No shields. I'm starting to agree with you that it's feeling a little bit like some kind of double fighter backline, right? I mean, let's catch a drill run. Let's play it like it's double fighter. So catch a drill run, right? Yeah. Good catch. Probably don't need to throw this into them, but I don't really want to take a Mega Horn. So if they want to shield it, they're not going to. Okay. But like their backbone's Lucario. They're in some trouble. You know what? I don't believe you. That's what I thought. Okay, we got both of these in. So what they need now is they need a bait. So I'm not shielding this. Okay, they went Shadow Ball, that's fine. They're not gonna get through our Quag then. GG's. Like, they would have to get a bait there, farm me, Shadow Ball the Quag. That was like the only line for them, and it meant that we weren't going to shield that move no matter what it was. So, but yeah, that's definitely it's a good read, right? The fact that we swapped the Pelipper and they just stayed and no shielded was kind of sus. I mean, I'm surprised they no shielded, right? You think you might want to set yourself up in that scenario, but you know. We didn't play that particularly well, but our team comp was just so good against theirs that I feel like, yeah, we were favored. Especially given that Quag was also great against their backline. They were just really not. Jellicent just wasn't protecting those Mons as much as it needed to. Hi. Gross. But it's okay. At this point, we sort of know that what's probably our optimal play pattern here is one where we end up with a bunch of energy, but down a shield or two, going into another matchup. So. Yeah, I think Zap Cannon. No debuff is nice. But yeah, like, if they no shield, we get our switch advantage, and we get to put Mantine on the Swampert. If they do shield, we'll shield again. And we'll happily come out with energy and up a shield, right? Yeah, so it's fine. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to shield Zap Cannon here, but screw it. Like, the Swampert's still gonna have a hard time killing the Pelipper if that's what comes back. And yeah, the debuff isn't great. They only got one, so we only got debuffed once. Oh, Predilly. That's unexpected. Predilly's actually a pretty gnarly core breaker for us. We should have thrown the Hurricane. Should have thrown the Hurricane or the second Weather Ball. So this is actually kind of bad. Because, like, I can't really put the Quag into it, right? We could try and catch a Rock Slide, but that's pretty bad too. Huh. Yeah. Okay. This is a good Ice Beam catch for our opponent. What do we want to do here? This thing doesn't have any energy yet. Okay, I have a plan. It's not a great plan, but I have a plan. Or like a plan-ish. Oh, they still also have a shield, so like Our plan is really, 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 really sus. Please don't earthquake me. Okay, cannon. I need to get the shield off their Cradilly. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I also don't think I win CMP. So, I think we're going to lose. Oh, they didn't shield that? Oh, that makes sense. It makes sense. It wasn't going to be enough damage. Now, if that had been enough damage, that would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, I think that was just the core. That was I think our game plan was really good into almost anything else they could have had in the back, but a grass rock type. No. Nope. That was pretty bad. That was not good. You know, if we had thrown a hurricane, or actually if we had thrown that weather ball, there's a couple different things where like we made some minor technical misplays that could have definitely made a difference there, but it's all good. Melmetal. Wow, that's a first. That's not Registeel, y'all. That's certainly not Registeel. Are they already to Hurricane? That's so fast. No, they're not. I was like, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You know. You can't fool the fooler, Sourworm, and you know it. Yeah. I think I mentioned it before that for like decades at quiz, when we go to the final round, I always call our last round, round 8, the decider. It'll decide things. So the downside here is we're gonna get farmed, and they're gonna have like 100 fucking energy. I have nothing to throw at this thing, right? So we're just gonna do our best, but unfortunately this does leave them with way more energy than I want them to have. So we're gonna have to tank some things, potentially even a superpower or two. You know what, like, I don't love this, but I think shielding the first superpower opens the door. I know, I appreciated that you appreciated it. It's all right. It's not game over yet. It's not game over yet. Shadow Ball, don't kill us. And I got him out here shielding weather balls, so that's good. They're gonna surf me. The problem is the so I think what they can do is they can go surf, and then they can immediately swap and then superpower me for the win. And I don't have the energy to actually make a yeah, I don't have the energy to make that play yet, because I know that's what they're gonna do. Unfortunately, I just yeah. We found ourselves very much in the hole, and nothing I could do about that. Well, it's our first non-winning set with the team. I think we had plenty of opportunity to win those games, but we just couldn't quite find those. Yeah, like that's like a couple of those teams were pretty bad for us, and there were a couple small misplays here and there, but